everyone, and welcome once again to the Commandant Podcast. I am. Hello, everyone. It is once again myself here with my three good friends, your hosts of the Commandant Podcast. It's myself, Ebert the Cat, joined by Burr, Shadow, and Lemming.
Hello!
Hello.
It's 2024!
It's 2024. It's been a while since people have seen us. The last time people saw us was back in November?
Yeah, sorry, I've been ill.
Yes, Lemming's had a medical problem.
Yeah,
Quite
I
a
was
major
depressed.
one.
It happens to the best of us.
Happens to the best of us. And
Yeah.
we were going to do the gaming awards, but then of course there was that, and we just figured Christmas happened, and so let's just push it back into New Year. So we're getting 2 episodes this month, and a slight change to the format that we basically realized the thing has got a bit too regimented here on the show, where we talk about the news and we did the topic, and the show was really concept as 4 friends just shooting the shit, and I feel like people feel like we got away from that, so we're bringing it back again.
We're loosening up a bit.
We're loosening up a little bit. We will talk about some news, but ones that we want to talk about and ones that are relevant. We're not going to be all bugs are necessary to talk about. The one I'm going to start off is na 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 na. Hey. Goodbye. As Bobby Kotick has finally had his last day at Activision.
I was hoping you would go for ding dong, the bitch is dead.
No.
That's
Dead yet.
Not yet. He's not dead yet.
He had his golden parachute.
He does have his golden parachute, which apparently is one of those unfortunate problems with having contracts and negotiations and things, because apparently it is contract that he gets this. So, okay. I imagine if he didn't have that, he probably would be out on his ear. But, hey, isn't it amazing how people right at the top of the chain get golden parachutes when they're let go from companies?
I know, right?
Wow, it's almost like that's something that should be given to everybody that's let go from a company that they have worked
It's almost like you could take a percentage of what that he got and spread that equally amongst a lot of other people who got laid off. And
everything would be fine.
And everything would be fine. Anyway.
It's almost like you could give a lot of people raises instead.
I know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, the one thing that has been interesting is now he's left. A lot of stories have been sort of like crawling out from under the rocks, basically going, yeah, it's Bobby Kotick's fault that Overwatch 2 was like they when Overwatch 2 was coming out on Steam. One of the community managers said, people are going to review bomb us. We need extra staff to help us, and pretty much Bobby Kotick, no.
It was amazing. I've been reading over Twitter so many Bobby Kotick stories about developers just coming out and saying, actually, now they don't have to worry about them getting fired by him. That's what
or threatened to be killed.
Or threatened to be killed, which was a thing I didn't realize.
There are stories seeping between the floorboards that in previous workplaces he's been threatening people to kill people as well.
Okay,
so,
that was. I will correct you. That was one time, and he did apologize and admit that it was over the top. But still, he did say the words, "I will kill you." You know.
And another allegation of him threatening to kill an employee came out, and it's like, okay, it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm wrong then.
Once is an accident.
It's just I know people get frustrated at work, and to be fair, there are many times when I'm thinking I want to kill you when I'm on the phone to someone. I don't say it out loud, because if I said out loud, I would be out on my fucking ear. You know?
Yeah, it's not the sort of thing you say at work. You wait until you're at home with friends or family, and then you go, if that guy says it again, I'm going to kill him. And you don't say it to the guy.
No.
Yeah, sometimes I think, God, I fucking hate my managers, like, a lot. I think they don't listen to what we do when they're too busy, like, with their head in their clouds. But I know these managers. I don't wish ill upon them. Like,
Hello.
I mean, one of them actually very, very kindly and somehow managed, because for my Christmas pay. Story time. My Christmas paycheck was a little bit lower this year than it usually is, because our recruitment and retention bonus that we get for being senior staff and staying for a while was not paid correctly, and it happened to the whole department. And I give our top manager a lot of shit, I think she's more focused on numbers and graphs than she is on how the people work. However, she pulled her finger out and she got onto HR and payroll, and she got us the R&R paid in full to us before Christmas. Like, she managed to do that within a year. Like, so whatever else happens, I respect her for that one thing. She managed to do that. That was amazing.
Well, it was nice because there was someone I can't, unfortunately, I don't have the tweet on me, so I can't verify it. But the person I read was talking about that moment where someone basically accused to kill someone, and their manager was someone who was very like, they had like establishments. They could.
Oh, they were the senior.
They were the senior, so they were able to stand up for their member of staff and be like, no, we're not having this. And they actually went to their company, and their company backed them on that, which is good to see that the company in the end said like, no, this is unacceptable. We're not having this. And in the end, I think the word to use, Kotick awarded them a holiday. It's like, to me is my problem, which to me is an issue because I'm like, Bobby, did you even apologize?
Yeah,
but like really apologize.
Yeah, like actually say I'm sorry.
Yeah, to me, I would just be like, I don't really want your blood. I don't want your blood money kind of thing. I don't want you to come touch me at all. Just go away.
Yeah, that's it. Bobby Kotick is done. It's a new era. Hopefully, his replacement is not a dipshit.
One can only hope.
One can only hope.
I mean, Kotick, not the replacement. We don't.
Yeah. We don't know. We don't even know who the person is.
Who really knows what kind of chain of command is going to be between Activision, Blizzard, and Microsoft?
That is true. We don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit up in the air, and I think they're also buying on that a little bit, so that because Kotick became such a well-known entity outside, I think they're almost begging on the fact that they don't have someone who who they are. Almost.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best though, because like the best. I think personally, this is just an opinion. I'm not backed by facts or anything. I think the best CEOs are the ones you don't know, like the ones that just keep their heads down and just do whatever it is that CEOs do, but they do them and we don't know them, basically.
Yeah. So Bobby Kotick's gone. So the key thing that we're going to talk about tonight is the Game Awards. Now we watched it live.
We did.
We watched it live and in color. It's confirmed. Liam Coolgang in the comments is now the new CEO.
Congratulations.
We at least know the person is not an asshole. So
I want to ask the new CEO: does it mean that you're moving Activision Blizzard to France too?
Oh yeah, is France 2 the new location for Activision Blizzard?
Liam, best CEO.
Best CEO.
Yes.
But yeah, so we watched the Game Awards live. It was actually quite fun because I took the following day off. But we all took the following day off, I think.
We had to. It was at midnight. It was at midnight our time.
I didn't.
It
so
was
I missed it.
I
missed it, but I watched I saw the cliff notes. I saw the bits I wanted to see.
Yeah, you saw the best bits.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch it live. We have some notes.
I think personally, I didn't see. For me, I had a lot of fun with the Game Awards, and I really enjoyed it when we were watching it. But on a second look, it's like, oh dear, kind of thing. There are lots of problems here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think well, hindsight is 2020. I think when you know what's coming, it does. You kind of then have issues. I mean, we went from the Christopher Judge 12-minute record speech of last year, which I get that they don't want to repeat because that was quite extensive. But at the same time, they kind of went too much to the other extreme. And yes,
they went from 12 minutes to 12 seconds.
12 seconds. Please wrap it up is a meme now. I mean, I memed it on the Silly Voices show.
Yeah.
I mean, that said, had fair play to Christopher Judge for making a meme on it at the show.
Yes.
Yeah, but on the other hand, though, Christopher Judge memeing on his performance took more time than actual speeches for a lot of people, including the Game of the Year speech.
I think that is the pink elephant in the room, is the fact that, and let's acknowledge that Jeff has acknowledged that this was an issue, and he did ask them to relax it later on the show. Damage was done at that point.
Yep.
Yeah, because we had the voice actor up as pretty much the first, which was Neil Newbon of Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3, and he had 12 seconds, and you could see that he had so much else that there was so much more for him to say, and they were basically like, nope, get off the stage. But we've got plenty of time for like 3 or 4 Fortnite ads.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, Lemming, didn't you do like the telemetry on it, or was it Burr? So like, how many games were announced versus how many awards?
Yeah, there was 32 awards across the show, and there were 63 game announcements.
Yeah, 4 of which were Fortnite.
So almost twice as many game announcements as there were.
I wanted to say one thing of summary first, because 2 days before, one day before, I don't remember, we've been watching the Wholesome Snack and Day of the Devs. And I got to say, I was much more excited for those two than I was for the Game Awards, really.
Yeah, because they were basically like, here's a game, here are the devs talking about their game, bam, 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 kind of thing.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the actual awards show should be focused on more on the awards. And if you want to have the grand reveal spectacle, have it after the show, have other things going on.
I fear that this format that we have now, though, it is based on what the audience as a whole want.
Yeah,
because it might be like people were saying like, less people talking, more trailers, even more trailers and more trailers. We don't want to see the awards.
Unfortunately, you've hit upon the actual problem. The fact that the reason people tune into the Game Awards, unfortunately, which I'm going to say out loud, is that they don't care about the awards. They care about the game reveals. And that is a problem, which you can't make people care about the awards. I feel like you just have to give them you just have to.
It's a shitty balancing act because Jeff has to pay the bills. So
he does have to pay the bills.
Sponsors.
So
we've got to have the game announcements. We've also got to do the awards at the same thing. So it's an unenviable position that he's in, honestly.
Yeah.
Also, you're absolutely right. There's a shitty balancing act because last time people would be calling like, too many awards, put more game reveals, and this year people will be like,
but the thing is,
reveals, give some more awards.
We are talking about entitled arseholes. So if a game isn't revealed in 5 seconds, they're typing on their keyboards about how they're bored. It's people have got to understand. And to be fair, those people should, in my opinion, if you're watching it, shut the fuck up and let the actual. You're on an award show. Shut the fuck up. It's about the awards. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that we should have no game announcements. Absolutely not. I completely agree that Jeff needs to pay the bills. Jeff knows what sells. The problem is they've gone too far in the direction of it not being an award show.
I think I can point it down to one thing. There's a power vacuum in the gaming space right now, and that's caused by the death of E3.
Yes.
E3 is now gone. It's been announced to have been permanently shut down, and all those game announcements need to happen somewhere.
Yeah, I think Gamescom is starting to. I think that's starting to fill the vacuum.
Yeah, it's like.
But I don't think it's got the big pomp and circumstance that E3 had.
No,
that's true. I don't really mind that though. It's like I don't really need to have a show and like showing a car and dancing sharks, all shebang.
I don't know. I kind of like the. I kind of miss the pomp of E3.
Yeah, I think people do like a sort of celebration of it all. For example, like we have UK Games Expo, which is a celebration of board gaming in the UK. There was always because like there's lots of other sort of other things. You've got Star Wars Celebration. There's Citizen Con for the people who still believe Star Citizen is going to release. Stuff like that. So I can definitely understand why people want the big pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, I think Drifting nailed it. I think people miss E3 more than they thought they would.
Yeah.
The problem is there's a very important group of people who don't miss E3. The companies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, they definitely don't, because
But
they can have their own spotlight and their own soapbox to stand on.
yeah, and I think it's getting them on board is the issue. And E3 was it started as a show for like the press. I think a gaming convention is important, and I think because you don't really have anything like that. I mean, you have like Games Done Quick, which is
Gamescom
about
is the only one we've got, really.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think we still have the Paxes, but they're very, very quiet.
Yeah,
yeah,
I remember the PAX as actually being much louder in the past. There used to be quite a few announcements that would come out of PAX, but even those have kind of like
Yeah,
petered off into
for
obscurity.
for a while I was wondering whether they have not been discontinued, but I think they
They're
do
still
like
going.
turn along. Yeah,
Liam nailed it for me. I loved the pageantry and the big shows, the big three. It was like the equivalent of the Super Bowl or the big sporting event to me and my friends. We'd all get together and stick it. I would remember that during the week of E3, I'd take a week of holiday and I'd sit
Yeah,
down and watch like from dawn till dusk all the announcements and be like, being with my friends and such. And it was an event. It was an event that you look forward to every single year.
yeah. I
And
remember live blogging it on Tumblr. We would complain about E3's one, like, oh, it's the car, time to have a toilet break.
I think that given the fact that a lot of the companies have realized that they can have their own announcement things, that's all well and good. I feel like the gaming ecosystem would benefit from a big event like E3, where they all arrange to get together and have that pomp and circumstance and the pageantry around it.
The problem with that is no individual company is going to put up the money to hold such an event.
No,
Yeah,
that is the problem.
yeah. I think the only reason why most of them got on board with the gaming awards is because it's an award show, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I can get on board with that." Trying to get them all together
yeah.
in the same room again for announcements, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, but we could just randomly announce whatever we want now, though."
It's like, yeah, we could just, pay somebody to live stream on our Twitch channel,
In
the official
fairness,
EA Twitch channel.
I blame Nintendo for this because they were the first people to go,
Yeah,
"Oh yeah, we
to
could do this
break
on
off.
our
Yeah,
own." Like, wait a minute.
yeah.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it is a smart move to just go, yeah, we're just going to do our own announcement show.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it was great. However, long term, it's been a problem
Yeah,
because once everyone does that, then there's no E3 and nothing special.
I
But
think I think drifting's right when it comes to like streaming systems.
yeah,
Yeah, let's just have
completely.
our own streaming thing.
So
I'm
yeah,
sure this will go well.
I
Google
they,
Stadia.
they need. Oh dear me. Um, they they need to pay the bills, so and clearly people tune in for the announcements. I think people need to get off their fucking ass
Yeah.
and realize that the award show should need to be an award show first and an announcement show second.
Also,
For
to be honest, we did enjoy a lot of those announcements.
And we did enjoy them. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't enjoy them. There wasn't a lot in it for me personally. Like, but there were some things that would interest me. But it was just like, oh, that's fun. That's fun. But nothing for
Yeah.
me personally. But that's fine because I'm not expecting that everything to wow me because I'm just one person.
There was until at least Tales of Kanzera that is absolutely up your alley.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, I'm not. What I mean is that people expect everything that is revealed to be for them and complain when it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's not how you should look at it. You should look it's a buffet where everyone gets a little bit of what they like.
Yeah, I mean that's the other side of the approach that made the companies drop from E3. Like the same way, like I want this whole thing to be about me. It's the same. Like I want this whole thing to be for me.
I do think that the I love him. He's an insane madman. But Kojima took way too much fucking time up on stage.
Yeah, I think people would have been less annoyed by everything being Fortnite ads had it not been the fact that Kojima seemed to take like what felt like 15 minutes of time up just talking and talking and talking when Neil Newbon was shooed off in 12 seconds.
About nothing as well. It literally was a
Yeah.
trailer that showed nothing, really.
Yeah, and to me, I was listening to Josh Strice Pays talk about the Game Awards, and he was not flattering about it, and he made a comment that it felt to him like Jeff Keighley was just basically like, yeah, I want to meet like famous people that I want to meet, woo, kind of thing. And I was just like, in that moment with Kojima, I
Definitely.
kind of felt like that. It kind of felt like, Oh, this is just a fantasy of yours, Jeff, that we're all forced to
I mean,
partake in. Could you not?
they've been buddies for years, supposedly. So
I know, but it's
I know you don't have your friend come on to have 15 minutes of your show, especially when especially when everyone else only gets like 30 seconds.
Oh no, we're having some technical issues.
Are we?
as Charco's
Yeah, we've lost a bear.
Oh, we lost a
been
bird. Have we?
eaten by his kitten.
Oh dear.
Oh, where am I?
You're still in the internet void. Oh, he's flashback.
He's I can see him on the
Yeah, he's
screen,
on.
though.
Yeah, and he's frozen, so he's gone. There we go.
Oh no,
No.
We've seen him. Now he's
okay.
gone.
now he's gone.
But he'll probably join back.
He will return.
He will return.
He'll burr right back.
But yeah, Kojima was on there for way too long. Now
the fact that
to anybody else.
go
the
on.
fact that for the Game of the Year presentation wasn't given by a game developer. It wasn't given by a big name in the gaming industry. It wasn't given by somebody who's even been in a video game.
Yes, that was
Timothy
weird.
Chalamet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was this Jeff Keighley going, I really like Dune. I want to meet the main actor.
I think that was it. Yeah, it's just like yeah.
Because I always thought that the winner always gave the award next year.
Yeah. That's how it happens in the Oscars. That's how it happens in most award shows that happen for multiple years.
That's what happened last year. Welcome back, Bear.
Hello, I'm back. Yeah,
but for this
somehow
year,
I
it's like,
don't-
oh yeah, we're just gonna have this popular actor
yeah,
that happens
but
to look
on
like the main
on other
character.
hand,
From...
I don't see Miyazaki coming and giving someone a reward. It's like,
That's true. He has to agree to come.
Yeah,
to
but they could have had somebody from like a representative from Nintendo.
Which, if he didn't, and that's why they got Chalamet, and then that kind of sucks on you, and it's an even more bigger reason why you should never have gotten that award in the first place. You had.
yeah, but also another
I'm not going to miss my words.
Yeah. Another thing is Sven Wink did not get enough time to say his
didn't
piece
get
either.
nearly
You
enough
get
time.
any time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had he actually posted his entire speech script on Twitter, and some of it was he didn't get a chance to really say we condolences for the lead cinematic director that they lost at the end of Baldur's Gate 3 production kind of thing. He didn't get a chance to think. He didn't get a chance to thank the testers, the quality assurance.
If there's one award that you should basically put that timer on pause for and just let them have their moment, it's the game of the year.
Yeah. Because that's that's your crowning glory kind of thing.
Yeah, it feels like Timothy Chalamet had more mic time than Sven Wink had.
Yeah, so your heart's in the wrong place here.
Yeah, I am glad though that Baldur's Gate 3 got an award where they
all
had
of
to
the
go up.
awards.
Oh yes,
because I would have been so mad had Sven been sitting there in his
armor, his plate armor,
in his plate armor, and then never got up. I was like, at least give him something.
Yeah. On the other hand, knowing America, air was probably horribly cold in the room, so at least he was comfortable.
Yeah, and I think Jesse Cox bruised his nose on it as well when he gave it.
I mean that's another thing. It's like the second biggest loser of the awards was Jesse's friend Ben Starr.
Oh yeah,
the
the
voice
spotlight straight in his eyes.
He had this. He's another meme. He had all the light of the world focused at him.
What was that? What was that meme that was several years ago? The light of a Lindell. They referenced on just years ago. That's going back. Let's talk. I mean, is there anything you want to touch on about how the awards are run? One thing I want to say is I don't like the quick fire rounds.
No,
I really don't like. And the award for things goes to blah 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 blah. And now the next award goes to blah blah blah.
I kind of understand it though.
I understand it for esports and stuff like
that.
But
for
games,
community and
Yeah, but for games, I think, especially for like best indie game, best simulation game, and stuff like that, that needs to be on stage. I think personally.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Yeah.
you're an awards ceremony. None of the awards should be quick fire.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
that's true. But then you also should have fewer awards, because otherwise, instead of 4-hour event, you will have 14-hour event.
Well, I think if we, I mean, I think if we,
I love you all, but I don't think I would sit 14 hours.
Cut down the presentations.
Liam just says the best influencer award can do one as well. So,
I completely agree. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Best influencer, best esports team. It's the best. It's the best esports team. They've already got a fucking award. It's got a trophy. So how they fuck off?
Yeah. But speaking of the throwaway awards, though, as much as I love that Lemming loves Iron Mouse, she had more time than Sea of Stars, the best indie game.
She absolutely did.
She had the acceptance speech that was recorded, but still.
It was pre-recorded. They had her pre-record something. They vetted the recording before it went up.
Yeah, so why can't the other awards have?
Yeah,
they could have had Thierry Boulanger pre-record something in Sea of Stars 1 and play it.
I would accept that as a compromise. Like, I'd accept that.
Yeah, which is why Iron Mouse's reaction on live stream when she heard the result was so stunning, because she didn't think she was going to win. She thought everybody was pre-recording.
Yeah,
and then an announcement.
Probably everybody was pre-recording.
You had a thought, Shadow?
Yeah, because I literally just remembered there were acceptance speeches recorded for previous award shows before the Gaming Awards. Do you remember there used to be animated award exceptions for like
characters,
Mass Effect? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have I just thought, I have the Mass Effect one somewhere knocking around in my favorites if I can find it. Like, why can't we have something like that? That would have been perfectly fine. Yeah. We used to have it in the past. Why not now?
Yeah.
Speaking of Mass Effect, a short aside.
Oh, but even for something like esports team, you could have like a 20-second recording of the esports team waving and saying, "Thank you, we're trying, we're good," and that's something.
Yeah,
it's something.
I've posted the link into the chat, L, the VGA Awards,
which was the progenitor of this, effectively.
Yeah.
Which let me open it up on the Firefox, because I use Firefox for this show.
Yeah, because Firefox is best browser. It doesn't run on Chromium, and it will it allows you to block ads in YouTube. Very useful. Has its own VPN as well.
Indeed. I'm aware of what it offers, Shadow. But we're not sponsored by Firefox. It's for reference.
Also, I use Opera GX. So
while you're at it, could you replace me with me again? I love being a red panda doing that clap, but I'm me again.
Yeah, but because I don't know how. But that's the problem. Here we go. The announcement award here.
It's what it used to be. Oh, they're not getting sound, apparently.
They're not getting sound? Oh, that is just absolutely disgusting. Let's see.
Sound on one of the best awards acceptance speeches.
There we go. You should be not getting sound. There we go.
Congrats on the win, Commander Shepard.
You too, Commander Shepard.
Seriously?
Sorry, Garrus. You have to admit it's quite an honor.
It's quite an award. Where are we going to put that bad boy?
I know the perfect spot.
Great. Bring it by when we're done playing, would you?
Bring what by? You had it last.
No, I gave it to you.
I don't think so.
I handed it to you right after we walked off stage.
And when we got on the shuttle, you had it.
Yes, but you were the one showing it to the crew.
I never should have let you hold it.
It is with enormous gratitude and humility that he is here tonight to accept the award in person and to give his speech that he prepared.
See, that's the shit. That's the shit we should be doing.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I do think that characters accepting the awards, like for example, and I do feel like they like that. I think is best character award, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are kind of like I'm good for having those awards return, like best
Yeah.
character, because you know
Yeah.
that's like, I do think there are a lot of awards and they could cut back on them. But yeah. Yeah, it's such a shame thing. I do think that Jeff is in an unenviable task where to do such a balancing, and I think people criticizing him, while fair, I think people also sometimes don't understand that he does have a balancing act to do.
He has got to pay for this stuff, and
Yeah,
it's a Faustian bargain, really.
yeah. I do. One thing which I hope they never get rid of, which is I really enjoy when before they do the game of the year, they have the orchestra.
Oh, the medley. The medley is
yeah.
so good.
The melody is something I
Yeah.
love every single year because the way they incorporate the themes of the award nominees and the Game Awards theme, love it. Love it every single year. Never.
Also, the flute guy with the contrabass flute,
Yes.
like
always going fucking insane.
Yeah. He's going ham.
absolutely amazing.
Yes. And
Like-
everyone is waiting for him. Everyone's like, I want to see the flute guy. I want to see the flute guy.
Yeah, and everyone's like, what is that? That yeah, those big tubes that you saw him playing, that is what is called a bass flute, and the even bigger one is the contrabass.
It was a motherfucking large piece of accoutrement.
As somebody who briefly learned how to play the flute, you need quite the lung capacity to play even the basic one. So imagine the fucking pipes on him.
Given the
You mean
given the amount of ham he was going on, he's got pipes.
Yeah.
You've
Yes,
like
sir?
to play it there twice as big as you are.
So shall we actually go through just quickly what the awards were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Burr.
Sorry, there is a baby in his arms.
There's a baby. Look at the baby, and baby's gone now.
Baby's like, no!
Baby's doing its thing of showing
I'm on
ass.
camera.
Okay, do we want to go from... How many of those do we want to mention?
Well, I think it's
They
fair.
have them- Yeah.
I think it's fair just to
Yes.
announce who the award and then the winner, and just basically quickly go through the main
Okay.
ones.
So we can start with the game of the year, because that's not a surprise. So the game of the year was almost unanimously Baldur's Gate 3.
Well, let's get through. Yep, makes sense.
Yes.
No notes.
Then
Deserved.
for some reason the page I have has it in very weird order. The ongoing game went to Cyberpunk 2077 for some reason.
I'm fine with that.
The content creator of the year, as we've already said, went to Iron Mouse.
Yay, my girl.
Then the best adaptation went to The Last of Us show from HBO.
I'm not sure if that should be at the Game Awards because that was an adaptation.
Yeah.
There's very few. That's a very short list. I think all the nominations were basically the only ones. So
Yeah.
That's a very good
On
point.
the,
Yeah.
on the other hand,
Last of Us, and then there was the Super Mario movie. Like, hello.
on the other hand, it was game adjacent.
mm,
But yeah, they were from all sort of era, because there was Twisted Metal, there was Gran Turismo, there was Castlevania Nocturne, which are like some are
Some been watching
animated,
that.
some are live action movie.
my issue,
shows.
Burr, is those 5 that you
Yeah.
mentioned are the only 5 that were released in that year. So it's kind of you know.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bit of a struggle.
Yeah. Then the best mobile game was Honkai Star Rail. I have no idea what
course
that
it
is,
was.
and I don't
Anime
care.
bullshit.
It's a waifu collecting gacha game.
The best independent game was, to no one's surprise, Sea of Stars, which is the best game ever forever. And we're very happy. We're a bit sad that it didn't get much more screen time at the awards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Player's choice was Baldur's Gate, of course.
Not surprised.
Community support was Baldur's Gate.
Not surprised.
You're not surprised.
Esports game was esports game was Valorant.
I mean, for the Baldur's Gate 3, I really
Yeah.
appreciate the fact that they made a patch where this will have no spoilers at all, but there is a cat in the game that is a sphinx.
Yeah.
And in one of
Yeah.
the content on one of their patches, they put hair back on the sphinx because
Yeah.
the cat was supposed to have
Yeah,
hair.
they changed
But
it to
everybody was like,
non-sphinx,
no, 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 please shave the cat again.
Because
And
that,
Mario
yeah,
was like, fair enough, all right.
Okay, yeah, we'll allow it.
that game has a D&D established talk to animals spell, and you can speak to every animal in the game, including that cat. So people loved it, and they were like, "No, why did please sphinx this cat at once?"
Please shave, please peel the cat.
Yeah, please shave my. Never mind. So. Studio game direction.
I hope you weren't going to say the P word there for a second, but
what, paint?
I was thinking.
Yes.
So, the studio game direction was won by Remedy and Epic for Alan Wake 2. The most anticipated game, which is a very, very weird award.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Yeah, it was given to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I myself am anticipating. Definitely more than the other games. Well, maybe Star Wars Outlaws, but I think I want Final Fantasy VII more.
It's not that. It's that I just don't like an award for a game. No, you know.
Yeah,
guess what would have happened if it had been No Man's Sky back all
that's a very commercial award.
I
I would
like
say.
Yeah,
I really
it's an award that
we hate that.
if it's gonna get an award, let it win the award when it's actually released. You know, it's
to balance it out, and Games for Impact, which is a very wholesome, very nice award, and that was won by Chia.
Love it, yeah.
Can I just point something out?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The game that should have won most anticipated game was the day before, and that was a scam.
Yep.
Because it was the most anticipated game. Loads of people pre-ordered it, and it was just a scam.
Yep.
So that's why my vote for getting rid of that category entirely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should.
It released. It was a absolute mess. It was taken off the stores. Refunds have happened, and the developers have ran to the hills.
Yeah.
Next like, shit happens.
Yeah. Art direction, which is an award that I absolutely disagree with. No, sorry, not this one. This one I agree. Okay. Although maybe not agree. Alan Wake 2 won this. I've not played Alan Wake 2, so I don't know what
the nominees.
It was
Hi-Fi Rush, Legend of Zelda,
Tears of the Kingdom, Lies of P, and Hi-Fi Rush. Lies of P has great art direction.
Yeah.
I've not seen Hi-Fi Rush. Tears of the Kingdom has the same art direction as Breath of the Wild.
I definitely think Mario Wonder was really good in terms of art direction because it went back. Nintendo's been stuck in a rut for 2D Mario games with the new Super Mario 3D whatever the fuck kind of thing. It's been kind of like a realistic cartoony aesthetic, but the cartoony aesthetic they used for Wonder is really good, like really top notch. Kind of like the way Mario runs with the animation smearing for his feet is just good. We like that shit.
Just quick interruption.
I also think of things like is photorealistic graphics classifying as an art style now?
Well, I think you have to go look and think at what. That's the thing is, which I'll talk about in a second. Quickly, Liam just says Unreal 5 is really going to shake up the industry for asset flip games. Day before was a real wake up call for many. And I think that you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Art style, I think, is trouble because it's what do you mean by best? Do you mean like good looking? Do you mean most interesting?
Yeah,
I feel it's a very subjective category.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to say. So
let's get Burr.
Yes.
But you're on the table. Burr, you say go first.
Yeah, I don't think it says best. It just says art direction. So it's like the game won the award for art direction. I don't think it just says best because it's like the most chosen. Like because it's all the people choose. So
yeah, but it's still kind of like because it won an award for it. It's still like the best art direction of this selection, and I'm not convinced that's a good idea because like everybody's got different aesthetics, and trying to say this aesthetic is better than others is how we get problems like we need to be like super realistic. Our horses' balls have to shrink in the cold, kind of thing.
Yeah, like is that good art direction, or is very stylized good art direction? That's the problem. Was if you say like best in horror, you at least have something to work with because it's horror, and is it the best game out of the horror genre?
But then again, horror is subjective.
It is subjective, but also like you can say about any genre though.
That is true. Yeah.
I mean, you could kind of say that for any like of those awards. It's like we're never given the ways how it's measured, and it's mostly like what the people voted.
Oh yes. I've not played Alan Wake 2. I've got Alan Wake 2. It's on my PlayStation 5 ready to be played, which it'll be streamed at some point. But
when they outplayed this game,
because I have heard good things. And to be fair, the Game Awards is what gave me the reason to pull the trigger on it. So
yeah, it got a lot of awards.
Yeah, so the next is multiplayer game, which was won by Baldur's Gate 3. But really, there wasn't many games that were properly multiplayer. So it's like
all I can say is at least this time it wasn't a like esports multiplayer game.
Yeah, they're all like multiplayer adjacent or like multiplayer for additional content or something.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's Baldur's Gate 3 won that. Then the debut indie game was won by Cocoon. I've not played it yet, but from what I've seen, I absolutely agree.
Heard really good things about it. Yeah.
Then for the narrative, Alan Wake 2 won, and this is the category that I think Marvel Spider-Man should have won.
I can't comment because I've not played Alan Wake 2, so I can't comment on that.
Yeah, I was quite sad that Jedi Survivor didn't get this. I think it really suffered for its day one bugs kind of thing.
Agreed.
But then again, it was also in a very high competition with a Baldur's Gate. But then again,
that said, Cyberpunk was also in with a shot. The actual the content they've released for it this year was, in my opinion, staggering. Really good stuff.
Yeah. There was a very high competition in every category. Basically.
There was. I do want to mention finally Cyberpunk and it winning, and it being up for what best not best narrative, winning best ongoing game is my issue. I have an issue with that, which is whilst ongoing, I feel like can you really win an award for fixing what shouldn't have been broken in the first place?
Well, they haven't just. Oh, there was plenty of bugs in what they fixed, but the expansion that they released this year is basically a mini campaign on its own. It's a mini game on its own. Phantom Liberty.
Yeah, and
with Phantom Liberty came a complete overhaul of a lot of the systems.
Yeah,
I've
played Phantom Liberty and I did enjoy Phantom Liberty. I'm in this situation where it was broke. Do you really get rewarded for now fixing it when it shouldn't have been broken?
I mean,
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to bring out No Man's Sky to that because I think the effort that went in to fix and enhance it should be recognized and rewarded.
I'd also suggest that this award goes beyond the fixing of a broken game. Yes, No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk were both broken on launch, but both of those were fixed. But as well as that, they added so much extra content on top of the fixing that it deserves that it is an ongoing game and has produced more stuff.
You say new content. I direct you to Mr. Cool Gang's comment, which is, I'm the biggest Cyberpunk fan of all time, but I agree with you back here. They just finally gave us what was originally promised rather than, quote, new features and functions.
Well, the entire extra campaign wasn't...
That was originally going to be not originally planned, but it was originally planned as DLC. That was going to be delivered, but we're talking about police chases. We're talking about standard stuff in the game.
That's what I'm putting in the was broken is now fixed box.
Yeah.
The Phantom Liberty, in my opinion, deserves this award on its own.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing is, it was Phantom Liberty that was nominated. And that's like another discussion whether the expansions or DLCs should be nominated for awards.
I feel like you shouldn't have.
Full games.
I feel like it shouldn't be called best ongoing game. It should be called best downloadable content in that case.
Oh yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, it's difficult
Yeah.
because some are just literally just add-ons, and others are their own fully formed thing.
Yeah. Okay. So next category is audio design, won by Hi-Fi Rush. I've not played this game, but I'm assuming by the title it puts a lot of emphasis on the music
Yeah, so
and
I'm
audio
surprised.
design. Yeah. The action
Yeah.
game was won by Armored Core 6. I can't say anything.
Lemming.
That's Lemming's views.
The developers of the Dark Souls games went back to their mecha game heritage and absolutely thrashed it.
Oh, that's
That's
good to hear.
basically it. You are a giant robot stomping around a post-apocalyptic world, and it's awesome.
Yeah. The other nominee was Ghost Runner 2, and I believe at some point I will have to get to play that game and maybe stream it.
And see if Elle's gonna see if he can make me fall out a window again.
You've already done that twice.
Next category is family game, and that was with no surprise won by a Nintendo game, Mario Bros. Wonder.
You did it again in my. You have to again in my Spider-Man stream, Shadow. It's like this was Bird doing it to you. Well, I was playing the game. I actually saved that video as well.
No, it was Lewis.
It was Lewis doing it. Well, still, it was still hilarious. Like as I said, if I was giving a penny for every time you defenestrated yourself, Shadow, I'd have 2 pennies. But it's weird that it happened twice. But yeah.
Next category, sports racing game, won by Forza Motorsport. I don't have a car in that race, so no comments.
I understand that reference.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Another action adventure. This one definitely should have been won by Spider-Man 2, but instead was won by Tears of the Kingdom.
Boo! That's a sequel.
Yeah.
Best action adventure game.
I mean, Spider-Man 2 is a sequel as well.
But then again,
every game in that category, every nomination was a sequel.
That is wow, weird. Yeah. I don't know about that one. Because
I did very much enjoy my time on Tears of the Kingdom.
That was also the only category where Jedi Survivor was nominated.
I do feel like there might have been a bit of politicking there. Like, I personally think Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is. I'm struggling to think like what revolutionary.
Definitely a sequel.
Definitely a sequel. But is it better than the other nominees? I don't know.
Like, as somebody who just observes from afar, it just feels too much like a sequel to me. It's basically like, yeah, we took Breath of the Wild and we did it again, but just with a little extra bits on, and I'm like, that's okay, that's fine, but I feel like you should have put a little bit more in.
Playing devil's advocate here, what about Spider-Man 2? You could argue the same thing.
Yeah,
that, and I can say from experience that. Go ahead.
You could argue the same thing about Jedi Survivor, and definitely about Resident Evil 4, which is a remake.
No, I'll go back to Survivor here. There was a lot more to Survivor than just Fallen Order, but again.
Yeah, I can say from experience
with was a lot more weaponry used.
I do absolutely agree, but
with Tears of the Kingdom, I would say that yes, they use the same overall map. Overall, the ground level map is pretty much the same as Breath of the Wild, but they've tripled the size of it by having an above and under area across the entire thing. They basically redesigned the entire map twice and added it to the original.
Fair.
Next.
Yeah. Okay. Next we have fighting game. It was won by Street Fighter 6.
Obviously.
Yeah. Then we have innovation and accessibility, which was won by Forza Motorsport.
Yeah.
Once again,
sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say that is really good actually, because the accessibility features for Forza Motorsport is specifically to help visually impaired people still drive in a way. The way they do it is very sound based, and it's incredible when you actually see the technology. It's like, whoa. So I can absolutely agree with that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We just like accessibility in our games. We love it.
We'd absolutely adore accessibility in our games.
Everybody should be allowed to play games.
Yes.
And no one should have to tell them this game is not for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next category is Best Esports Coach, won by Christine Shi. I have no idea who any of those people are. Then the next category is Role Playing Game, won by, guess what?
Was it Baldur's Gate 3 by any chance?
How did you know?
Oh, lucky
Really,
guess.
what's Fallout 3?
Oh, God.
Then Best Performance, as we've already mentioned, was won by Neil Newman from Baldur's Gate 3 playing Astalia.
I personally think Cameron should have won that one, but it's fair.
So Baldur's Gate fan, that's saying something.
Yeah.
So those are the awards that they gave, and we can agree and disagree with them in many ways. Like, for example, I think that one of them should have probably gone to Spider-Man 2. And probably also I think that Super Mario Bros. Wonder also deserves something out of that. But again, actually they got Best Family. No, my apologies. They already got what they want. But yeah, the question is, what do we kind of rate things now? When we're going to give our Game of the Years, we're going to give several, and we're not going to basically say this is our definitive Game of the Year. This is all very personal to ourselves, and there's very important rules to distinction this, which is I'm not limiting the cast to just games released in 2023. It could be a game they played that they never played before. As long as it's something they enjoyed, that is eligible. And it's basically to make sure, because gaming should be more about just playing the game that was released in that year. Yeah.
We've all done it slightly differently as well. So some of us might have categories, and other ones as just a top 10 or a top 5 list. So with honorable, dishonorable mentions. So
let's start with Shadow.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna do somebody else.
Since you're already talking.
Yeah, sorry. I always like to catch Shadow off guard.
Look how they bully me, chat. Look how they bully me. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go with dishonorable footnotes.
Oh God!
These are games that I actually thought I was going to enjoy this year.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were saying that was the name of the game. Sorry, carry on.
No, these are two dishonorable footnotes. I thought I was going to enjoy them this year, and they did not. They didn't reach my. They disappointed me in one way or another. Coral Island and Fae Farm.
Ooh.
I thought they were going to be better than they were. Coral Island suffers from. Coral Island is a very polished game, and if you are enjoying it, I'm glad. I'm glad. Please keep enjoying it. But I found it far too fiddly, far too. I found it far too fiddly at times, and the fact that it penalized me for just swinging, penalized me by just. All I had to do was swing a tool, and my my energy bar would go down. Didn't matter even if I hit something or not, it would just be a dick.
Just be very careful with saying the term swinging around and a word starting with peen in future, because my head started going in directions there.
Swinging around a penalization.
Also, Fae Farm was made by the same people who made Dauntless, and you could definitely see it's their first foray into into a simulate like little pixel farming. No, it's not
Dauntless Light Cruiser.
No, into a simulation farming game. It's a good first outing, but not for me, thank you. It's a bit too bare bones. Okay, honorable mentions. We have Alba, a wildlife adventure. Basically, you are a little girl and you photograph the wildlife on a island in the. I think it's by. We're not given a specific island, but it's somewhere. I think it's like either Canary Island or just outside of where the Jersey Islands are, like next door to France, but not actually France, kind of thing.
The Channel Islands. Yeah, one of the Channel Islands.
Yes, Channel Islands. That's it. Really cute, really wholesome. I absolutely adore it, and the noises they use for the animals are true to life. So I identified birds just knowing the sounds of them.
It requires good headphones.
Yes, really, really cute. 100% recommend. And then also, The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, the April Fool's game that Sega made last year. really good, free. Like it's just play the game. It's free. It's
You know
The
very
best
fun.
April,
Do
the
you know
best
what makes me
April
laugh?
Fool's joke ever.
What you love is that almost made my list.
Game though, it's so fucking funny. I really applaud like the team for basically going. You know what I want to do? I want to write a murder mystery, but with Sonic, and I'm like,
I can't.
absolutely amazing. No,
I
no.
kind of want to know like how it all started. Like it must have started as like a joke, and the joke just kept going. it,
It was an April Fool's joke, and it was free as well. And the thing is, it also has accessibility mode, accessibility options. And like, it's such a good game. Such a good game.
I'm guessing someone did a fun animation or prototype, and they were like, "Yeah, this is great. Let's continue the joke."
I love it. Anyway, okay, now we're gonna get to my top 5. In 5th place, Terra Nil, a pixel puzzle game where you are restoring a post-apocalyptic environment by purifying the ground and the water and everything and bringing wildlife back in. And then once you've brought wildlife and plants back in, you pack everything up and then you fucking leave. And it's I like it's got difficulty settings because originally it didn't, and it's very hard, and it's very wholesome. And let me tell you, chat, when I reached the climate goal to get rain to start, and what rain does is in the temperate biome, what the rain does is it purifies tiles when it by itself, completely by itself, so it just will do it all over the map. I genuinely cried, chat, when I saw the rain come for the first time in like because for the first time in a long time, this damaged, broken land saw rain, and it was like Mother Nature picking up from where I started, kind of thing. Like I gave it
Left the
a leg
rain
up
down on Terra Nil.
to purify the rest of the thing. Beautiful experience, really relaxing. Absolutely, like would recommend.
I had to.
In 4th place, we got Escape Simulator. I've been
Hey!
playing this game with
Oh, really? Who you been playing with that with, Shadow?
with
Yeah.
Vivek and Burr, and it's been a very fun time. You know how escape rooms work? Well, Escape Simulator is basically an escape room, but online. It's very fun. Do be
Wow.
aware though, in some of the DLCs, the physics will fuck you up.
Yeah.
I put something down on a hammer, the hammer flew into the air and disappeared, and we failed the room.
That was
because-
once. That was once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your teammates are gonna withhold objects. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, but yeah, Escape Simulator is really fun. They're coming out with new DLC with it every now and again, and there's loads of community rooms if you wanna
Yeah.
try.
Currently, there's an Among Us, I think.
Yes, there is.
So,
And there is a VR version of the game coming as well.
Yeah.
yeah.
Would recommend if you like escape rooms, you will like Escape Simulator.
Yep,
It's fun.
VR escape rooms are definitely a thing, and there's a few out there for free if you have the VR headset.
Yeah. In 3rd place, we have Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed Exo Edition, specifically for the Steam. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic asymmetrical multiplayer.
It's the best asymmetrical experience I've ever had. And also a live service game that doesn't have FOMO.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it doesn't have any kind of horrible matchmaking either.
No.
Yeah, there are daily goals and there are weekly goals, but these just give you XP, which will give you.
Yeah, there's no get this limited time skin.
Yeah.
Oh, there are like, oh,
Except
do this
at Halloween.
Do this and get skins, but it's a case of, oh, yeah, whenever you're ready. You know,
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
There was the limited Halloween one, but that's like literally the only one I've seen.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And I did that in I did that in an hour.
Yeah. On the other hand, the Christmas jumper was free.
Yeah, the Christmas jumper. They were like, yeah, everybody gets that. So yeah, it's really fun. Playing as a ghost is fun as fuck.
Yeah.
Playing as a Ghostbuster is fun as fuck. Ilphonic have really done.
Yeah.
Have really pulled it out.
I'd pay good money to see the buddies play that.
And I think
actually,
Yeah, and I think the netcode in the Ecto edition is so much better than the one on Epic.
Mm.
Because we've had all kinds of problems with this connection in the Epic version.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot better, and Elle can tell you that Ilphonic have been very good when it comes to
Yeah.
bugs and stuff like that as well.
So I'll relay a story. I had a bug in my version of the game, which literally meant that I couldn't boot up the game at all. Even if I verified the files, it just wouldn't work on my particular build on my
Oh.
PC. I literally messaged Ilphonic in their Discord. Someone from their team messaged me directly saying, "What's the problem?" I gave them the details of my PC. They literally came back to me in about half an hour later saying, "Bug's been fixed. It'll be in the next update next Wednesday."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Also,
next
Liam,
Wednesday rolled around, perfectly fine.
yeah. Also, Liam has noted our
Nice.
suggestions, so Buddy Bust is confirmed.
Excellent. I can't wait. In second place, which is gonna put a cat among the pigeons for some people, but remember, this is personal choice, is Baldur's Gate 3. Didn't make the top one didn't make the top one this year. Mostly because I haven't really got deep enough into it. That's the problem with
Mm.
Baldur's Gate 3 is it's a really good game. It's really it's really fun and everything, but it really needs you to get into it, and there is a lot here. That is both a good thing and a bad thing. I'm still I'm still in the first chapter.
Yeah,
I
and
was just I haven't even gotten to the goblin camp.
Oh, woe is you in the first. I'm not even started, my dear. I'm still when I boot up. I'm at the character creation stream. Dear me, what are people gonna roast me alive?
It's fine. At least you were just oh yeah, I got to the character creation screen and I stopped. I'm in the game, mate. I could be doing more, but instead I got to try to buy Lego Fortnite and a bazillion other things. Anyway, so if Baldur's Gate 3 is not my game of the year, what could it be? Well, I'll tell you. It's Roots of Pacha. Now, I fell in love. I've been watching this game since it came onto Steam Greenlight. I think it was Steam Greenlight or something like that. It's been a long time. I've been keeping an eye on this game for a while, and it's basically think Stardew Valley, but in prehistoric times. So you have to learn agriculture. You have to learn agriculture and domesticate animals. Basically, you don't have cows, you don't have chickens. You've just got their base sort of prehistoric things. So you've got arcs and jungle fowl and ostriches for some reason.
Cyber-toothed hens.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So you've got in order to grow food, you've got carrots, but they don't look like the orange carrots that you're used to. They're the purple ones that you're used to, and they're little scrungly things.
Orange carrots are like 200 years old, I think.
Yeah, they're like they're purple little scrungly things. And by growing them and looking after them, they get more domesticated, so they start looking a little more similar to what you're used to, kind of thing. And it's really good. You learn lots of technologies like being able to
Ew.
brew beer. Irrigation is really good. It's a really good step forward where basically you don't need to water anymore. You've just got a water pump and other pumping stations to keep moving the water on, and you just fill the channels and it automatically waters everything that's next to it. Really useful. A lot of quality of life in Roots of Pacha that I can't really go back to Stardew Valley without now, because it'll have a map and it'll show you all the NPCs on the map, and it will show you where they're moving, and it'll have a list of the NPCs and be like, oh, you're looking for the butcher Grob. You just click on his name and the map will just swing over to him, be like, he's here, or it'll show where they're moving to. It'll show where you need to get seeds from, where animal spawns are. It's so useful. The game feels like it doesn't want to waste your time, and it's real chill about things as well. It's like, oh, you ran out of energy. Instead of making you fall over and lose money and resources, you just don't get the ability to do anything. It's just like, oh, you can't swing an axe or anything. You'll just have to go and lie down or eat some food or something. Then you could do more stuff. The game doesn't penalize you for, for failing. kind of thing, and it's very chill about, like, in order to progress, you need to go into the caves or do other activities. But the game's like, yeah, just take your time, whatever. We're here, we're here. It's fun. I really, really love it. If you're into like little farming games like that, definitely check out Roots of Pacha. It's great. I love it. There's more content coming for it down the pipe. Do it. That's my game of the year.
All right.
My game of the year is a little indie title.
So. Right then, and let's move on to hello. Also, just quickly mentioning, Liam said that I had this with a game called Airborne Kingdom. Mine was broken, so I went to the developers and they took my save file and fixed it. Loved the effort they went through.
On a
Nice.
list.
Liam says also, Shadowface Rider, I feel you are a fan of cozy style games. Just something to chill to?
In a way, yeah. I'm very casual with my gaming stuff. Sometimes I like more
chill tasks to do games.
But yes, yeah, I do like little games like Stardew Valley and Roots of Pacha. Roots of Pacha really, like, I spent so many hours in Roots of Pacha, you will not believe. I am one achievement away from perfecting it on Steam. I'll get it. I'll fucking get it. I'll get it this year.
Does anyone have any objections to me going next?
No.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna pick it up with. I've got basically a top 5 with an honorable mention. My honorable mention is Ghostbusters: Spirits Unleashed, because again, great asymmetrical game. I am someone who grew up in a time when single players was my thing. I didn't really play multiplayer games. It was during the PS3 era. Everyone had an Xbox 360. I had a PS3. As simple as the way it was. So I kind of grew up as a very independent, strong, independent single player gamer. So it was nice to have. No man. And I really enjoyed getting into the asymmetrical multiplayer. I think it's very well balanced. They've really done a good effort of keeping the support of the game going. In fact, I would say if I was giving an award for support, I'd give it to that game, because that game really has some great support throughout the year.
Plus, there's more like content coming for it as well.
Yes, indeed, and that's the thing; it's all free that we had for it, which is fairly, which I think is also worth mentioning. For number 5, which you're going to get a very eclectic mix in this top 5. We're going to start with something very cozy, and that's Chia. Chia, a game set in New Caledonia, and it is Epic and PlayStation exclusive temporarily.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on
for
Steam
now.
this
For
year.
now, it's going to come to Steam later this year, and you can get it on Epic now, and you can get it on PlayStation as well. Now, I think you can get it on. I'm not sure about Xbox. I think it is. I know that there's some kind of exclusive thing with it, but yeah, I played it and kind of just fell in love with it. It's a very nice kind of chill game where there's very little challenge. It's about the wonder of exploring this beautiful environment and very ecological message that the game is sending. And it's got some great accessibility. You can just, if you don't fancy a mission, you're like, I just want to skip this mission. Yeah.
Or you could turn into a coconut.
Yes, one of the key features is you can inhabit, using your powers, inhabit pretty much anything. A rock, a bird, you can poop on people, a dolphin,
You can be a pack of cigarettes.
Don't know about that. But effectively, you can inhabit things and move across the world. It's just also a beautiful looking game. Very nice stylized. Very emotional too. It actually got me a little bit at the end. And just, it's nice just to be able to kind of jump off into this lovely blue clear water and just swim around and observe. It was a nice chill game. Anytime I was playing it, I didn't feel stressed. Great game, high recommend on my part. Now for something completely different. Number 4 is Blasphemous. Metroidvania, which I played on the year. Picked it up and pretty much could not put it down until I finished it. Absolutely rolled through it. So much so that I went to this man and said, "But you have to play this game," for which he forever hated me for it.
I didn't, but I kind of play like 80% of it, and then it became too hard for me, and I had to abandon it. So I followed another Ebex's advice and played the sequel through like 80% of it, and then it was too hard for me, so I left it again.
It did come out as a sequel. But yeah, I am talking about Blasphemous 1. I just was late to the game. And again, as per my rules, can be any game you played, not just games released in that year. I will give a shout out to the sequel, which was very good, but I just gravitated to the first one. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. High recommend, especially if you love Metroidvanias and 2D platform kind of games. Number 3 is Spider-Man 2.
Yay!
Marvel Spider-Man 2. Really enjoyed the story of this. I thought it was a nice elevation of the gameplay. Couple of bugs, which I know people experienced. I only experienced a couple of, you've seen my stream. I got this cube glitch once. Barely anything else. I was fine. Great story. Yeah, it's fine. It was a fun and enjoyable experience. There are some things I have issues with, like I feel like they simplified some of the gadgets a bit too much, but I also know that was also to provide a bit more variance in other areas. So yeah, there was stuff going on. But I really enjoyed Spider-Man. It was a great kind of experience. And
I have a question now.
Yes, please do, Bear.
Do you know whether Insomniac is actually going to bring Spider Cube as a skin? Because they were
They
saying
absolutely should.
They have. I have heard noises. It's an outfit. It's going to become an outfit.
Oh,
Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know, but they should. They absolutely should.
yes.
It's they should lean into the meme as much as possible.
As a fan favorite.
They should absolutely lean into that meme. Which you may wonder, wow, Spider-Man 2 is at number 3. Why on earth is 1 and 2? Well, getting into number 2, it's the game that I think got heavily shafted this year, and people will hate me for saying it because I'll say, "Oh, but it was a buggy mess," and I'll shrug my shoulders and says, "But I encountered very few bugs, and I rather enjoyed it." And that was Star Wars Jedi Survivor. When
I think it got really badly hammered for
Yeah.
its day one things. I think if it had come out in a better state, it would.
it was, and I'm not saying that it wasn't deserving of not getting an official award, because it was in a bad state.
No, I'm more saying like I'm more viewing it as a tragedy kind of thing. Because
Yeah, I do think it's a really good game. Like once it's all polished up, it is really good, and I think it did suffer from that. When I kind of sat back and said, which game did I have more fun with, Spider-Man 2 or Jedi Survivor? Jedi Survivor. It just, the story I think was more captivating to me. The gameplay was a bit more captivating. The environments were just amazing. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I did enjoy my time with Star Wars. The only thing I struggled with was the level design. I got lost way more than I feel I should have. I think the map was much improved in that, which I think does help.
Yeah.
Although I do understand that you can easily get lost in that.
Yeah.
No, I really did enjoy it. And it's one of those things where as soon as I was done with Fire, I'm like, can't wait to get the next game. I want number 3 or a sequel. And it's you know that it's a good game when I want more. I just want more. And yeah, so very much so. And especially like some of the inclusion of some of the challenges. Great addition. I really like Jedi Survivor. Number 1. Probably the one people could see this coming. It's Sea of Stars. It has to be Sea of Stars. I picked up, I was a fan of The Messenger, and I saw they were making an RPG, and I picked up this game, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I fell in love with the story, these characters, and it is. There has been a lot of people criticizing within the RPG community the game, being like, "Oh, but it's very simplistic. It doesn't really challenge anything." And yes, it's not breaking any new ground, but for someone who doesn't play and actually doesn't really like turn-based RPGs, I really liked this turn-based RPG. It gelled with me. I can't explain it.
It emotionally destroyed you.
It emotionally compromised me multiple times. I'm not afraid to admit that. It was a fantastic game with so much experience. And again, it's one of the games where I was done. And when I was done, it was more than just wanting to see it again. It was sadness that it was over. And it was the feeling of the Outer Wilds again, where I wish I could eliminate my memory of this game and play it again for the first time ever again.
Yeah.
And so for me, my Game of the Year award goes to Sea of Stars. It's a great little game. It's not very expensive. Pick it up, play it.
Another indie game, you'll know.
Another indie game, yes. Right then. Burr's got a lot of awards. Do we want to do you first or Lemming?
I'm okay with anything first.
Yeah, let's do Lemming.
Lemming.
All right. My little mini award ceremony. Here we go. Right, I'm going to need my soundboard for this. Well, to start with my awards, I need a new entry to the Hall of Shame.
The Hall of Shame.
Shame.
The dishonorable mentions.
Gundam Evolution
Oh.
goes in the Hall of Shame. It arrived September 2022. I was very excited for a high-powered Gundam game at long last. It shut down November 2023.
Oh.
And it shut down because the entire player base looked at it and went, yeah, we see what you're doing here, and we don't want any of it.
Oh, no.
That sucks.
The power creep was obscene from day one. If you try to play that game with just normal... It was a character shooter like Overwatch, only with Gundams. And if you started with the basics and didn't buy the extra stuff, you were screwed from day one.
How could you...
I'm presuming the extras were bought with real money.
Yes.
How could you screw up Valorant or Overwatch, but Gundam? That just sounds like a winning formula. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, okay, I'm just going to spend real money and buy the Unicorn Gundam, one of the most powerful Gundams in the expanded universe, and then just wreck because it was ridiculously overpowered. There was no balancing, and everybody saw that. So that game is officially shut down. Sorry, what was that, Bear?
The publishers delved too deep into greedily.
Yep, exactly, yeah. And moving on from that...
So before you do that, Activision, you cowards, Activision, you cowards, reignite the Transformers license and get Fall of Cybertron back up, because I need to play this. I need to play the multiplayer with this man.
Fall of Cybertron was so good.
Yes.
Oh god.
Anyway,
yeah.
Anyway, my sadness aside.
Speaking of Transformers, though, I want to ask a question. If you know, who has the license, or like, is it still available? The Transformers game from Platinum Games.
Good question.
You'd have to ask Hasbro.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a list of 3 games I'm anticipating for 2024.
Sorry, I was just gonna do a gag. So it's all right, Burr. Just steal some magic cards. And someone will tap at your door. You'll get a direct line to someone at Hasbro. Next.
Wait, no, the Pinkertons don't count.
Sorry to talk to you again, Lemming. Carry on.
Game anticipations.
All right.
Starship Troopers Extermination.
Oh.
It's a Starship Troopers first-person shooter currently in early access. And while it's bare bones, I'm looking forward to being fleshed out and actually being a full game.
Yeah.
That's one of them. I played it. There's only one problem. They've added an update recently that automatically installs the Epic Games launcher.
No.
Idiots. Stop that.
Do you know if it's going to carry the humor of the Starship Troopers?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. And my other 2 are Apollo Justice. Coming to PC this year. And Space Marine 2. The original Space Marine was produced by a company that no longer exists. But somebody has taken the little egg of promise of a sequel and are bringing it to the world. And that makes me so happy. So, with them, I go to my top 5.
Nice. That's a little list there.
Number 5.
Ragnarok.
Yes.
This is one of my favorite games from the last few years. And I just realized today that they've done a Jonathan Young DLC pack, which I now need to buy and play.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they've got 2 Galactic Kraken tracks on it. I need to play it. So, oh, God. But yeah, Ragnarok, VR, smashing hammer, hammer smashing drums game. It's a lot of fun.
Number 4.
Power Wash Simulator. I've had a lot of relaxing fun with that game this year. So much, and the little expansions. Even though I had to buy them, the SpongeBob SquarePants, yes, I bought it, and the Back to the Future DLCs were everything I wanted from them. I got to see the DeLorean go. I got to see it pop a few balloons, few bubbles. It was a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun there. So, moving on to
Number 3.
Armored Core 6.
Oh,
It was at the Game Awards. I've played less than I want, but I know I need to play more of it. I will be playing more of it this year. So Armored Core 6. I want to smash things as a giant robot, and that lets me.
I want to smash.
Yeah, I want to smash things. Not in any particular way. I just want to blow things up and smash things.
Number 2.
Warhammer 40k Darktide. It has improved. The bugs and problems it had at launch have mostly been resolved. I played a lot of it over the past couple of months, and yeah, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I like being Matt Ogren, running around smashing things with a big club. I like being a soldier, shooting things, and I like doing the Emperor's work. And before we move on to my number 1, I have a handful of honorable mentions. Or
honorable mentions.
Metal Gear Solid Remastered Collection gets an honorable mention. It's not on my full list because the rampant issues I have with performance and the fact that I can't have it borderless windowed.
They're fixing that. They're apparently fixing that in the next update.
They apparently fixed it in the last update. They haven't.
Okay.
Then it's gonna have its chance in Best Game 2024.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll see what it is for 2024. But the borderless full screen option is only for the initial menu before you open the game.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, The Invincible, based on a very popular science fiction novel. Very much enjoyed this story-based science fiction delve into 1960s vision of the future. Very fun. Ghostbusters, Spirits Unleashed. I need to play more with you people.
Yes.
I need to play a lot more.
Yeah.
If you guys want to play, let me know. And if I'm
we need
I will play it.
5.
We need a 5th, so the bots keep trying to slam dunk me into the trap.
We actually were playing just the other day, and we're like, we don't have to deal with this fucking bot. We give Lemming a call. You know?
Yes, do that.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna call? You know.
Who are you gonna call? Banning Russ. Banning Russ.
Kingdom 80s. It's a Kingdom game, but set in the 1980s. It's got a cool soundtrack. It's got a cool aesthetic. It's if you like. It's
got a DeLorean.
Stuff. It's got a DeLorean. I ride it around. I run over things. It's a lot of fun.
You ride bikes like Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's basically what I was looking to describe it as. It's basically Stranger Things, the video game without license.
Yeah, it's Stranger Things, but Kingdom.
Yeah, and an honorable mention goes to Warhammer 40,000 Bolt Gun.
Yeah.
Because it's a boomer shooter in 40k where you run around. There is a button specifically to quote your anger. There's a button for vocal cues. And that's amazing.
I am so glad they finally went, yeah, what's the most obvious thing we should do with the 40k license? Make a fucking boomer shooter.
Yeah, they made a Doom clone.
Side tangent. I would love it in games if they lean into stuff like, we're just having a button just so you could like insult your enemy as you're like killing them, especially in like games over the top like that. You know,
it reminds me of the Brutal Doom mod where there was an actual FU button. Where you literally just go, fuck you! And then you...
It's really surprising that no one's done a Warhammer 40k boomer shooter back in the boomer times of the early 90s.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, they were busy trying to make them into real-time strategy games, which is where we got StarCraft from.
Yeah.
And finally...
Game of the Year!
Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
You
surprise us.
That game got me through work.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I hate my job so much. I have 2 50-minute breaks and a half-hour lunch. You're allowed to take them in any sort of shape you want, so long as it doesn't hamper the work. So I go, okay, it takes me 5 minutes to walk to the break room. Taking 15-minute breaks is worthless to me. I have a Nintendo Switch. So I take a full hour lunch, eat my lunch in about 15 minutes, and then I have 45 minutes to play on my Switch. Half of this year was spent on this game. There's so much to explore, so much you can do, and all that fit on my little table. I love this game.
Job as the hero of time.
Basically. But yeah, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Thank you for getting me through last year.
Good on them. You should have fought us more. You should have fought us more on the what we were saying earlier about Zelda.
No, because I got to say it now.
Oh, fair enough. But you have categories. Yeah.
I will reduce them a bit because I will have 3 categorized mentions and then my 5 nominees. So my first category is the best old game played. By old, I mean from the previous century. And that game for me was Final Fantasy VI, which I have finally played.
Oh.
After being told for countless years that is the best RPG ever. And it kind of is. It is a really great game.
Oh, for Sea of Stars, right? No, it's fine.
Absolutely. I absolutely loved it. I have renamed my characters to us. So I was the guy who suplexes the train. Shadow and Ebag were the main characters.
Woo!
You
I might have killed a man.
Yeah, you were the samurai warrior, Lemming.
Yeah, but what's new?
And it was it was a really great game. It had its problems because it's a 25-year-old game, but still, the story was great. The music was amazing, and it was in the Pixar remastered version, so it was really good when I put the CRT filter on it. It looked absolutely amazing. And the controls were improved upon the SNES version, so a lot of bullshit was avoided.
Whew.
So the next game is my best new indie game that I played. And I'm gonna avoid spoilers because that's Chants of Senna that I want Elle to play at some point.
Yes, I have that, and it is on my list. Yeah. I want to play it. To be fair, there's if I can find a break in my schedule, I plan to do it then.
Yeah, it's really pretty. It has really nice art style, and it has a brilliant idea of exploring the world and solving the puzzles by learning the language and letters and vocabularies of a completely foreign people that you have no idea what they speak because they all speak in all kinds of hieratic
weird language,
weird characters, and it's absolutely amazing. I loved all my time that I spent with it. I'm not going to talk about anything else with that game, but it's absolutely worth playing if you like puzzle games. So the next game that I want to talk about is the best use of my time, and that game is for one afternoon because it's like 3 to 4 hour game. It's another game that you want to play, Elle. It's Detective Grimoire.
Ah, Detective Grimoire, yes. Again, it's on my list.
Yeah.
It's a long list.
Yeah.
God, it's a long list.
Yeah.
I think all our backlogs are so long.
Yeah, it's like if you kind of if you took a case from investigations, a certain investigations, and squeezed it to a small bite-sized chunk of 4 hours. It has great dialogue. It has amazing characters. It has fun puzzles. The main character is witty, snarky, has a lot of awesome dialogue options, and the game was just absolute blast. It was the best bang for every minute that I spent in this game.
Sounds right up my alley. Is it voice acted by any chance?
Yes. It is voice acted, but I think you can turn off the voices.
That's fine.
But even if not, the voices are super awesome as well. And one of the people who provide the voices is a little known influencer by the name of Aaron Hansen.
Oh, him. I have briefly heard of Aaron.
He's not that grump in the game, but yeah, it's really great and it's worth playing. I'm planning to play both sequels, one that's already released, Tangle Tower, and one that was announced on the Game Awards, The Case of Mermaid something or other.
Fair enough.
I absolutely love that game. And now my nominees. So number 5, it's Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. That it was released 2 years ago and I played it last year in January. I adored it. It's a really great, crazy idea. It's a sequel to Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. It's improving everything in the mechanics. It's much more streamlined. It's much more fun. You get to really enjoy the characters. It's it's much more fun to like explore the world, do the side quests, do the main quests, everything about it. If you're iffy about like team-based tactics, this game will convince you that it's an absolutely great genre to get into.
I might have to pick it up now that you mentioned it.
Yeah. So my number 4 is Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Hey.
I gotta say, I got all the problems that they had on launch. I got hit by all of them.
Yeah. I remember us comparing notes.
I never recovered from one of the problems, and I absolutely hated the fact that the main hub of the game was like crawling down to like 5 frames per second for me for some reason. But still, this game has amazing, memorable characters. It has great story. It has awesome acting. It compromises me emotionally many times. It has improved mechanics compared to Jedi Fallen Order. It's just great. I think it's neat.
And those damn treasure droids.
And treasure droids.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I did 100% this game despite the fucking treasure droids.
We all know that the Disney Plus series they need to announce and do is the Scuba Stev series. We all know this. We all know this.
We need Scuba Stev, yes. I would absolutely watch like Scuba Stev's Deadliest Catch.
Yes.
I love also that the devs actually came out and said, yeah, the reason why I chose all those places for the treasure droids is because fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, and they did a bang up job. People hate the treasure droids.
Yeah, and somebody was like, but they're so cute. Yeah. I want one. They were like, the treasure droid hates you and wants to kill you and eat
you. They moon at you. They mock you.
Yeah.
They exist.
Yeah.
They exist solely to upset you.
Yeah, they not only moon, they spank the wrestler like you'll never get this.
Yes. It's like, oh, I want a piece of that now that you've done that. I'll mount on my fucking wall.
Okay, my number 3 is Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh.
It's an amazing game. Every praise that people give to it, it's absolutely deserved. It's an amazing RPG. It is doing everything that the RPG game is supposed to do. It lets you play the role. It lets you do whatever you want. Sometimes you don't even know that you can do something. You can like, what if I murder all my teammates? And you absolutely can do that at any point. You can do whatever you want. I've seen people playing murder hobos, and you can finish the game that way.
My inner GM is just turning inside out at this point.
Yeah. I mean that's the beauty of it's a computer RPG, so you're not harming any GMs.
No GMs were harmed in the process of this game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I remember there's one combat. I'm not very good with combat, but there's one combat I did really well because I failed it the first time, and that was start the fight, and one of my guys is up high, sneaks in, pushes the guy off the side of a ledge to his death. And then another one was like, oh, you see that block hanging above the cracked floor that you guys are standing on? Would certainly be a shame if I were to cut the rope. Bye! They all died.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of crazy shit in that game. It's an absolutely bang-up game, and it should have been number 1, but there were 2 games that I liked even more this year. So my number 2 is Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. It was remade. It was remade this year, and I absolutely fell in love with that game. We've had a taste of it at last year's or 2 years ago Game Blast, when we had the first few parts of the game played on the Saturday Silly Voices stream.
I believe it was, in fact, last year's Game Blast
yeah.
that we did that.
Yeah, and it was awesome. And then I decided I want to play it, and I played it over one weekend. And over that weekend, I came from I have no idea what that game is to this is one of my best games that I've ever played. It has amazing, funny story, very weird, very crazy, like many Japanese games would be, like Ace Attorney would be. And it has amazing puzzles that I really loved. So it absolutely deserved in my heart. And one of the main characters, one missile, is having a special place in my heart.
Ah, the good boy.
Yeah. So that's my number 2, and my number 1 is you'd probably be able to guess. Ebek.
Is it Sea of Stars by any chance?
It is Sea of Stars.
Hey!
Yeah, I've played quite a few turn-based RPGs in my time, and I gotta say this one is very newbie friendly and streamlined to be entertaining rather than technical. But I really enjoyed that aspect. I really felt like this is really great. You don't get distracted and frustrated and upset, and you don't get your immersion in the game broken by the fact that you have to repeat one boss over and over, or that you have random bullshit encounters. So I think the streamlining of the fighting mechanics was an absolutely great approach here.
And also the accessibility sort of options in there.
Yes. There was a lot of disability options which I loved and really needed in some cases. And it has really compromised me emotionally. I literally went to DMs with the channel with Ebek, like, I don't know what to do now. I don't know how to live anymore.
Yeah, Burr came to us about halfway through. We're like, but it's fine. You'll get past it. Just carry on.
Yeah.
Like
every other, it's like with the outer, it's like with the Outer Wilds. I'm like, oh, they haven't got to this bit yet. Oh, they haven't got to this bit yet. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, it is like with the Outer Wilds, where I want to remove the knowledge of that game, just the knowledge that I will enjoy it if I play.
Sorry, finish up.
I have 100% of this game because I wanted to explore everything that there is in this game, and everything is absolutely great, and I love all the rewards that I got from it.
The best thing about watching new people play Sea of Stars is going, oh, I love I love this certain character. I love them so much. They're my Blobbo, and everybody else is going. Do they don't know? They don't know what's coming.
I will say it is a game. Honestly, I will repeat first thing. Go and play Stars. Go play Sea of Stars.
Yes, go play Sea of Stars, and that's my list. That's my game of the year.
Hey. Well, we did good innings this year. There a couple of games got mentioned twice, and I think that was quite an eclectic mix of all kinds of games because we are very diverse. We've got Shadow with very kind of chill stuff. We've got me, who tends to play a bit of everything. Lemming, who's very much into rip and tear, and then Burr, who's like RPGs and technical team shooters and such. I think we all complement each other very well in that respect.
And then sometimes, and then I'm like, oh, also I played Paper Mario 1000 Year Door remake, and everyone's like, what?
I'm looking forward to that this year.
I can't wait to introduce people to 1000 Year Door. It's so good.
Also, end of year shout out to
Karmazoo!
Yes, Karmazoo. I really like Karmazoo. I should have put that in honorable mentions. I am a fool. But the best thing about Karmazoo is it's a multiplayer game. It's focused on like multiplayer stuff, but it really behooves you to be good to people, like to open doors, to cooperate and stuff like that.
Yes, it focuses on peaceful cooperation, which is absolutely
also, you could be a whale. I like being the whale. The whale is fun.
Yeah.
I also want to say that I really have enjoyed my time with Ghostbusters as well. That's what I've been really enjoying.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of games which I wish I could play, but it's just literally not the time. Like one of the games that I was really looking forward to giving a try, but not had an opportunity to play because, I can't really, we're all gamers. There's a lot of games coming out. We can't afford everything. Like when it comes on sale, I'm definitely getting it, and that is the RoboCop game.
Oh,
Oh
Yes.
yes.
You will really enjoy
I
that
want
one.
to play that.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
from
so
what I've
fun.
seen, the music, the design, the actual guns you use.
Pushing people out of a window.
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah.
Absolutely. Doesn't get better than that.
Legal police brutality. Fuck yeah.
Yes. Fuck yeah.
Looking forward to. I mean, so I'm gonna we've got about 10 minutes left. What are people most looking forward to this year out of games that they know are coming?
I think I'm halfway.
Let's start with Shadow.
I'm looking forward to Thousand Year Door because a lot of people are going to experience that again, and because it was a GameCube exclusive game, and I think a lot of people are going to love it, and they're going to see why it was considered the
gold
piece
standard.
de resistance of Paper Mario. It's really good, and I can't wait. And I might actually finish it this time.
I too am
She
looking forward
says,
to that.
having never beaten the final boss, but also I'm also looking forward to Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh
Kind of
yes.
thing. It's going to be one of my first sort of forays into that type of game, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Lemming, anything that you're looking forward to? You
You
kind of went through it already, but
again, well, adding to that, a game that I'm looking forward to that I haven't actually that is out, but I haven't been able to play it yet, is much to me and my interests. You're like Baldur's Gate. Oh, yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. I want to play Baldur's Gate 3, but yep, you were right there. What was it?
I was going to say, is it Rogue Trader?
Yes. Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader.
Yeah.
From what I can see, it's basically Baldur's Gate in 40k. You play a rogue trader traveling the galaxy, collecting party members and doing things.
Not gonna lie, Lemming, if it wasn't a AAA prize, I would have gotten you that for Christmas.
That's the only reason I don't have it yet is the price.
Yeah, it's about 42 quid, which is I think a bit much.
When it hits a sale, I will get it and then I will play it for the rest of the year.
Understandable.
Burr, what about yourself?
Yeah, so there's a few games that I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the Alone in the Dark remake. It's gonna be awesome. It has the guy that played in Stranger Things, playing
David Harbour.
David Harbour, yes. It's gonna be awesome. I'm waiting for the Thaumaturge, which is a really great also like tactics battles RPG / point and click game where you are
set in Poland.
Set in Poland, you meet Rasputin, and there's a lot of crazy things happening. I'm looking forward to Holstein, which is another Polish game. It's Resident Evil but isometric, and it's a very very eldritch game set in northeastern Poland in the 90s. It's gonna be awesome as well. It's gonna be a really interesting take on the horror genre. I'm looking for the Thousand Year Door as well, and I feel like I want to stream it to like show people how I'm struggling with the battles.
The reason I'm not going to stream that is because I'm probably weird and burst. I guess so. Everyone's gonna be streaming, so I'm like, I'll do something different.
Also, I have more stuff that I'm looking forward to in 2024 that I just checked on Steam. So.
Yeah, go on, yeah. What is it?
So, Locomotive, point and click, where you are trying to solve a murder on a train, and it's pixel. It's pixel based.
I like
it's
that.
very cute. I saw Scarf play the demo. It's great. I think I'm really gonna vibe with that.
Neat.
Botany Manor, where basically you explore a manor and you have to figure out how to grow plants to solve puzzles. That's always an interest. I like that.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Sounds good.
Distant Bloom, which is basically you're on an alien planet, looking for a new home. I think it's been a while since I played the demo, and it's basic. It's more plant growing. It's puzzle based plant growing. You might be sensing a theme here. Fields of Mysteria, which is basically anime Stardew Valley. Yes, that's it. There's magic involved sometimes, and also Little Kitty, Big City.
Little kitty, big city.
Where you are a little kitty cat.
In a
Well,
big city.
you fall out of a window and you have to get back home at some point. You are adorable. It's great. I love it.
I'll look forward to that. What I'm also looking forward to The Last of Us Part 2 remastered, which I'm getting later this month when it comes out. But also the one I'm really looking forward to this month, which comes out literally on the 13th, which I'll be streaming as soon as it goes live. That is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I've said because apparently I pre-ordered it on PlayStation, I get like early access on it, so I get like a few days early. So
Nice.
sure, I'll stream that when it comes out.
I hate that as a pre-order thing, but go.
I hate it as a pre-order thing, but I was given it, so
yeah.
You hate it, but it's there.
It's there. Yes.
Also, I don't know if any of us mentioned, but I think I will add. I'm waiting for Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
Oh, Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Yes.
Yes, the remake of that. Yeah.
A fun-filled year, and come on, Konami, come on, Konami, give us the Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2. Come on, just Volume 2.
I would also be remiss in my duties, but if I didn't mention that I'm also looking forward to the latest updates from Escape from Tarkov.
Of course.
Of course.
The update that happened last week is arguably the best the game has ever been. So we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, I'm also really looking forward to seeing the updates to Escape Simulator. There is a new DLC been announced, and also more stuff for Ghostbusters. Can't wait because there's a new movie out in March sometime. So
yeah, and we need extra stuff in Spirits Unleashed.
we've been
I still need to see the
We've been teased that the Spengler children are coming round.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe I get to drive the Ecto. I am the only person in this whole team that has a driving license.
Apparently so. But yeah.
Lemming can fly. He can't drive.
Don't have a license, but I know how to fly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd argue that I'm the same thing. I've played plenty of flight simulators.
I think he's actually
I've
got.
flown an actual plane.
Okay, you win.
Yeah, he's got training.
A small, simple, single-engine prop, but I have flown a plane.
It counts.
It's something.
Yeah. But no, that's been us giving you our awards for what we think are the best games of yesteryear as well as beyond. And we'll, of course, we'll be back later this month. We're not sure what the topic will be later this month, but Lord knows I'll discuss it with these three reprobates, and we'll get back to it at some point.
I prefer to be acknowledged as the Motley Crew.
The Motley Crew, okay.
I resemble that remark.
Yes, you do.
Did you say the Motley Crew?
No, the Motley Crew.
Motley, do something. Anything. Oh,
I identify as a fucking problem.
God, some indie dev make us a wacky racist game.
I need Dick Dastardly and Muttley to come into the public domain. I need that in my soul. We've got Steamboat Willie. We'll get them all eventually.
Eventually. I want to thank you guys for joining us. I want to thank Drifting and Liam for being in the chat, and of course, if you've been lurking, I appreciate you being here, of course. And we'll of course see you next time. As for what's going on this week, I'm actually going to be starting off a very busy week of streaming because I've got stuff to get done for Game Blast. So join me tomorrow at 6 p.m. as I'll be hopefully finishing Sly 2: Band of Thieves.
Woo!
Nice.
And as for any of you, doing in Strem?
No schedule, but I do intend at some point to be playing more Armored Core 6. I've finally got The Last of Us Part 1 and a bunch of other stuff.
I need to discuss something with you, Burr, for Game Blast.
Okay. I need to discuss something with both of you for Game Blast.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
I don't.
Speaking of, the Game Blast is being prepping and planning. It's coming. It's coming. And I've already arranged with the team. We're getting sorted. We'll be right with you. But yes, that's going to be it from tonight. We'll see.
Only like 8 weeks from now.
Only 8 weeks from now. We'll be back on Tuesday, the 30th of January, to give you our next episode. Again, the topic will be announced at some point on the Twitter. If you like us, you can follow us on the relevant Twitter links above, as you can see on our names. You can also find us on the Discord channel, the Scratching Post, which I'll post in a... Here we go. There we go. Just follow that link and you can get onto our Discord channel where you can say hello to me and all these lovely individuals. For that,
taunt the MRI machine.
Yeah, don't taunt the MRI machine. It's not. It eats metal.
Yes, it doesn't give it back.
Yes.
So I'd like to thank my co-host for joining me. I'd like to thank Burr, Lemming,
Pleasure to be here.
And of course the Gremlin Shadow. My name's Biddy Back, everyone. Good night, everyone. We'll see you all soon.
Good night.
Ta-ta.
Bye.